Hi guys, in this video we're going to have a look at Python object attributes, methods and properties. So different kinds of objects in Python have different attributes that can be referred to by their name, and typically how we access them is that we specify the name of the object followed by the attribute. This attribute can be either the value of a property that is contained within the object, or it can be a certain method that is defined within that object. When an attribute of an object is called, that called or is callable, like we saw how we can figure out whether a attribute is callable or not. It's by using the callable function. Also in others code, we can figure out that if it has parenthesis along with certain arguments, then it is a method. It is the same as a function, only the difference being that Python also being an object-oriented language, this function is bound to that particular object, right? And when an attribute of an object is not callable, that attribute is called a property. It is simply speaking, it is just a piece of data about the object. That is itself, it's another object. Typically, when we are using SDKs means software development kits, or we are fetching certain objects from APIs. Then we can use the built-in dir function that will return us the list of all of the object's attributes, right? Now we move on to certain methods on string objects, right? So string is a basically a class in Python. We call class as a blueprint of the unanimous and homogeneous objects that are defined within the scope of string. And this string has certain callable functions, right? So we have capitalize. Capitalize helps us to return a capitalized version of the string. Note that capitalize means that the first character will be uppercase. The rest, all of the part of the string will remain the same. Dot upper returns an uppercase version of the string, in which case all the characters are uppercase. Dot lower returns a lowercase version of the string, that is all the characters are lowercase. Dot count substring. So the number of times a substring occurs within a parent string, right? That is what the count function returns. So it is used to return the number of occurrences of the substring within the string. Dot starts with substring. It is used to determine whether a string starts in a particular pattern or not, right? Or starts with a particular substring basically, or a character. Substring can be a character as well. Ends with has a similar meaning. We are checking whether the string ends with a substring. Dot replace is used to return a copy of the string with all the occurrences of old replaced by new. For our example use case, we are going to take the string as an example. This is simply a string. If we were to capitalize it, we can see that this the T is capitalized, right? And rest of all of the characters which are present in the string are in lowercase. If I were to use dot upper, a string dot upper, then we can see all of the characters are capitalized, or all of the characters are in the uppercase version of the string. On the other hand, if I were to use dot lower or call dot lower method, then we can see the lowercase version of the string. And we can actually see that the methods called have not actually modified the string, right? So in order to save these operations, we need to define another string, like we can call an altered string, and then assign that value to whatever the lower function or the upper function or capitalize it returns. So yeah, the a string or the original string is not modified. In order to count the occurrences of, let's say, I within the string, right? So we can see there are three I's. One in this, is, and string, right? Then we can also count the number of occurrences of a substring after a certain position. So in this case, we are interested after the seventh index within the string. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 being the space, 5, 6, and 7. So after 7, we are counting the number of occurrences. This can be pretty useful in our common, problem solving tasks that you might face, right? Then we can also count the number of occurrences of this word is, right? Like I said, substring can be simply a character or it can be a word as well. It can include spaces as well. Then in order to figure out whether the string starts with this, it's very simple. Python is very simple. Python is basically, you know, English for your logic, English for programming language. So if we need to figure out whether it starts with this, we have this starts with method, right? And in case we can also have cascading of methods. Cascading means that we can call one method over the other. In this case, first of all, the string will be converted to lower, and then we will check whether it starts with this or not. Because as we can see that the original string has a capital H in between. So we convert to lower and then we figure out whether it starts with this. We can figure out whether it ends in a particular substring, or we can replace a particular substring. We can replace the occurrence of is with XYZ, right? And this is the result that we get. We can also replace a particular substring with a replacement, right? So we here we have replaced, right? And we can also return a version of the string with the first two occurrences of substring. So this third argument will replace the first two occurrences or the number of occurrences within the string that need to be replaced. As we can see, the third occurrence of I has not been replaced, right? Now in the next video, we will have a look at some of the built-in methods on list objects. So I'll see you in the next video.